Well, over the years, our social services department has had a wonderful program called the Friendly Visitor Program. And it's something that has really expanded over just recently, over the past few months. I'd like to welcome Kathy Villafana, and she is, well, you oversee that program, don't you?
I do.
Yeah,
Yes.
welcome. Welcome back, I should say.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, it is fantastic. And the first question I want to ask, because I have one of the flyers here that we're showing now. You're still in the partnership with the Council on Aging, right?
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we have a social worker that works directly with the participants in the program. So instead of having different social workers assigned, we have one social worker from Council on Aging that's working, and she's actually housed in our department.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us overall the purpose of this program, because it's been going on for years, but there may be a lot of people who don't really know about it.
So the purpose of the program is really to address isolation in the community. And so what we do is we train active members in the community and partner them with people who are isolated or lonely, and just be welcoming companions with them. And these may be people who don't have a strong support system.
Okay. And how do you match the people? Because it's it can be a hard thing to do, because you want to match people who are obviously going to get along. I have maybe similar views on things, and questionnaire.
So I meet with all the people who are interested in being volunteers, and I talk with them, and I have a sheet that, as we're talking, I'm going to ask about their background. I'm going to ask about their interests, their hobbies, things like that. And we're doing the same with the participants, the people who are being visited. So we're looking at those, hoping to find a connection between the two.
And what happens during a visit? How long does it usually last?
Well, so visits can vary depending upon the participants. If you have somebody who's a little more homebound, it's going to be kind of like your typical visit. If you're going to go see an old friend, you're going to go for conversation. Maybe that person's going to want to share stories from the past, or just talk about common interests, hobbies, that sort of thing. And maybe if they're able, they can go for walks right around their home. But then we have some participants who are more active, and they're seeking a different level of activity. And those people, with their volunteer, they may want to go out in the community and go to a clubhouse and maybe do a class or join a club. And it's great because they could either take the transportation system to get to those events, or they can either meet together, or the volunteer can drive them. So it's great because it's not a one-size-fits-all. We're really looking at the participants and what their needs are, and really trying to come to meet those needs.
So they can go out of the community if they want?
Yes, yes. Some people are actually going out to lunch.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really nice. And there's no obligation from the person who is doing the visiting, the volunteer, to, in other words, the way you match them up, it's not like, well, if you go out to lunch, you got to pay for their lunch.
No.
Like that.
We tell everybody, pay your own way. We just kind of make that clear up front.
So what type of volunteers are you looking for, and do you need some right now?
So yes, we need some right now, but I'll tell you what we're looking for. And first of all, no volunteer experience is necessary, but we definitely want kind, compassionate people who are good listeners, that they can devote an amount of time each week to go and visit. If it's not every week, every other week, but just that they can do that. And we'd really like a commitment for a year if possible, hopefully longer than that, but also to come to the monthly meetings. That's where all the volunteers get together. And so you get to connect with them, but also get useful information in being a volunteer that's helpful during your meetings with when you're meeting with your participant. So,
Do you ever find...
I'm sorry to cut you off, but in terms of needs for volunteers, we definitely need more male volunteers. Yes. So we match male to male, female to female. and we have male participants waiting to be matched. So if people, men out there watching, would consider doing this, if they're considering it, maybe it's a New Year's resolution to go out and do something different, this might be something to think about. And then if people don't speak English, that can be a very isolating thing. So people who speak another language, that is really helpful to our program.
Yeah, I can understand that.
And we're really happy because we just got a Farsi speaking volunteer. So we're very pleased about that.
What about the participants themselves? Do you ever find that, they're not homebound, they're just a little bit more isolated? Have you ever seen when they get to the point they get a friendly visitor coming over that it kind of takes them out of their realm, and after months or a year or so they get to the point of now they're out and about in the community meeting all kinds of people?
Yeah, well, we haven't quite gotten to that point. We're hoping to do that. We've had a volunteer going out and visiting someone, and we do have one instance where the volunteer was visiting someone, and she had had a fall, a bad spill, and the volunteer was visiting, and the two just got along incredibly well. They were playing cribbage together.
Okay.
And thankfully, the person's health, she just kind of gained her strength and was able to walk again and get back into the community. So that volunteer's need was not needed any longer, so she was able to get reassigned to somebody else. But the goal is, yes, with those people who are doing that they will be able to kind of move on and be able to do those things, get back in the community and not have that sense of isolation any longer.
As far as, you talked about the commitment, what do you look at for the volunteer? What are some of the questions that you ask them, besides getting the basics, what's your hobbies and things like that?
We just want to know, what we want to know, like why they think they would be a good volunteer, and just my interaction with them. You're going to get a sense for somebody, but I just want to meet. I always want to meet with somebody up front, just to kind of talk to them, get to know that personality, and then, like I said, I'll ask their background. And I'll just kind of write all these things down because I kind of keep that, I keep that stored away. And then I'll invite them to the training. And then after that, we just do a quick background search. It's a streamlined background search. So it's a pretty, we're making the process quicker and faster so we can match people up.
Good.
Yeah.
If people want to apply for this, just contact Social Services Department. I know we have the phone number on the screen there that they can call, or even walk on down there and just say, hey, I'd like to do this.
You can call us, you can email us, well, actually just call or walk in, and just express your interest. And just, if you're just thinking about it, just come and have the conversation with us. And our doors are open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And we'd love to hear from people. If this is a New Year's resolution they were thinking about doing, I strongly encourage people to do it.
All right. I think it's a fantastic program. It really is.
Thank you.
Glad to see that you're here all the time now.
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
All right. Kathy, thank you very much for coming on. And folks, if you are interested, as Kathy said, you can go right down to the office here in the community center on the first floor, or you can call 597-4267 and get more information. We'll be right back.